they don't have the option, any other option than to accept
And
the
now,
court verdict, right?
Supreme Court is the final bus stop for every case.
Okay, and this one is on a very sad note for Suzwan and his camp. Appeal Court sacks Suzwan from Senate. Moro wins, affirms Ned Moke, others in Delta and Kogi. And then Senate approves nomination of 7 INEC resident electoral commissioners, and it's getting controversial. Yes, Oke's nomination of Shatu and then Chira as Auditor General for Federation. And PDP demands disbandment of Plateau Election Appeal Panel. And then finally, Akwa Ibom government, economy experts, corporate organizations excited about editors conference. Anyway, that's just on a lower tone. Okay,
yeah, but let's quickly look at what's going on in Port Harcourt. Now that the rivers crisis, February, under fire, our stakeholders block Wike, ask governor to deny installations, and then a whole lot of things. Are they now saying that it's a family thing? Now Fubara is saying that there's nothing wrong with Father and son having issues.
And the thing is that, you know, it's in the news that the president, you know, had to wade into the matter.
Yes.
So I don't
Even
know
the PDP
I don't
governors.
know if these stakeholders were the ones that came from the president's side, or are we talking about stakeholders
in Rivers State?
In Rivers State.
It should be Rivers State. So, and then the party members. Okay, let's leave them to their thing before we start talking and they say, why are you delving into our family affairs?
Yes, putting words into our mouth. All right, so we'll go to the next paper.
Okay, next paper is the Daily Times. On the front page, we'll say, as workers set for protest, gunshots, brutality in Imo as talks, police manhandle NLC president.
Can you see the picture, Ijoma? Because, you know, in Sun, they said that they didn't manhandle him. So who did this to the NLC president?
Yes, I wish the pictures will come on screen so that you really see the face, because from what we read last night, that even one of the eyes could not open very properly. I can see it now. It's still I mean, it's still swollen. Okay, let's look at the riders. Hospitalized, right eye shot. Those are the mass aid, least arrest of Labour leader. And then TUC, NLC report governor to Tinubu vowed to shut down state. We took him for protection. Police is saying this. An outrage against governor days to election. What is happening in Nigeria is somehow very funny.
And a lot of stories, interesting stories, you know, that are unusual are coming out from Imo State just because of this election.
Very unusual.
Yesterday we had the reports that, you know, the government had to book all the hotels in Imo so that the opposition will not have a place to stay.
Anywhere to stay.
I don't
funny
really
things that are
these.
unheard of.
Yeah, it's very funny.
I don't really understand. You know, somebody called me last night from America and he was asking me, will you go to work today? I said, why not? He said, hi, you guys are horrible. Are you supposed to shut shops? Your NLC chairman is brutalized and all of you are going to work. In that kind of a thing.
Happened.
I said, no, well, they will call for the strike before we know whether we're going or not. Okay, good, let's go ahead.
Okay, is the next paper? But I think what we should actually say is that the NLC should be taken to the hospital and taken proper care of.
He has been taken to FMC. It was taken to FMC Owerri.
Thank God. Because, you know, there's here we have stress. You're thinking about a lot of people. The FRCN, the FRSC that launched some, you know, Ember Months campaign told people when you are driving, forget about your worries, your sorrows before you have, you get involved in an accident. So, you know, this is compounding the problems of the NLC president. So he needs to be taken care of both psychologically and physically. That's what I actually want to add to that.
Apart from the brutality.
Apart from the brutality, because he needs to get himself together. If I'm Azika or Mazekolo. Yes. So now we go to the next paper, which is the Delhi Trust. Here we have anger over planned 7 billion naira renovation of Tinubu Shetima's residence. 7 billion naira. Oh my God. And then we have First Lady's vehicles to go up 1.5 billion naira. Citizens, Labour Party, CSOs kick about this. And President seeks National Assembly to National Assembly's nod to borrow 7.8 billion naira. $billion. And then 100 million euros. This is getting more interesting.
Oh, is it interesting?
Must
we
continue
interesting?
Interesting, because must we continue borrowing? Must we continue, you know, spending?
Where are the money that you save from the fuel subsidy? The billions of dollars that you say you will save on a weekly basis, because of the removal of fuel subsidy. I don't understand. But let's look at this, Ife. Is there any official assignment of a role or office for a first lady in the Constitution of Nigeria?
There is
we have talked about
I
this.
think that's why the governor of Anambra State had to close his, you know, there's no office of the first lady, you know, and I think some governments, some states are also borrowing that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're not working according to our constitution, so are we just banana republic? Are we just doing it? You just wake up, you do anything you like in a nation, not following the constitution of the country? I don't really understand.
Let's keep going, but I think we should do the needful. The office of the first lady gobs a lot of budget, a lot of money. You know the money you have to give to that office to be functional.
Even when it's not constitutional.
That's it. Okay, so we'll go to the next paper.
Okay, which is the Daily Punch. I mean, the Punch newspaper.
Go ahead. Okay.
On top of the 9 templates, crude shortage delays Dangote refinery, 5 others take off. Oh, really? Okay. Tinubu 6, it's okay, we have seen that story. But the banner headline here said, Costas Fabulous removal, PDP governors consult Wike. Wike has become an idol now to be worshipped. Okay, nobody can intimidate me.
Do you think Wike is, you know, based on his activities at the FCT, do you think that he's actually doing the work he was sent to do? Do you see him encroaching on, you know, on other people's jurisdiction? Because I can remember some people, some groups. I think it was you know, somebody from what's it called? A chief or something, a king. They actually asked him to mind his business and do the job that you were sent to do in FCT. You know. So do you think he's doing what the needful, or is he?
No, I think I don't know whether I don't know whether you listened to his press conference yesterday, and he was kind of saying that whatever they told you I'm demanding is what I worked for. Just, you know, just like that. Whatever they told you I am demanding, they said I'm demanding 20 billion naira per month, that I'm demanding contracts, exotic this, exotic that. It is what when I was working, where on a day. That was the way he was just saying it. Where on a day when I was working. So I've worked for it. Even, and then they now brought her, trust internet that doesn't forget, they now brought her the interview where, at Channels where he was asked about this, what do you call it, godfatherism something. He said, no. Once you have finished, you are done. You don't have any right to encroach in anybody's, you know, how can you do 8 years and now you still come back and start interrupting the person that is there now? That is not done anywhere. And that's exactly what he is doing now.
But the thing is that, you remember after the elections when the president visited Rivers State, visited Wike, and Wike told him something. He said, sir, you need to compensate me on delivering Imo into your, you know, into your house,
Rivers.
What's it called, household, you know, making you win Rivers. And maybe Wike feels that this is his compensation, and he needs to, you know, anywhere we can.
Yes, we compensate. He's a PDP stalwart, and he's giving appointment as FCC minister in APC government.
Stalwarts are kicking against it. So Wike maybe feels that he needs to be heard. Wike can never be silent. He can never be ignored. You must notice him, and you must talk about him. He must be controversial.
But I don't like the kind of impunity that is being exhibited by all these politicians.
All right. So next paper, IJ.
Next paper now is the Daily Independent.
Yes.
No excuses. Perform or I sack you. Tinubu tells ministers. I want to see this happen. Too. I want to see one person sacked.
I even heard that he scolded his son.
Yes.
Yes, he told the son, you don't have the right to walk into the FEC meeting. It's for designated officers, so you don't even have the right to be there. And some other persons, you know, people, busybody there too much. How can...
But they said it that way.
Just imagine imagine yourself walking into Soludo's executive meeting.
I am not his daughter now.
No, you're not his daughter, but maybe, I don't know if you know him somehow. Imagine you.
I know him as my governor, but we are talking about the son of the president here. So if you want to look at it that way...
No, the son of the president, you know, has... I think you should be at the same chair with others.
I know. But this is how it started. The first FEC meeting that Tinubu held, the wife was
there, yeah.
Was there in a FEC meeting. Have you ever seen any first lady in a FEC meeting? So it has started, it has started. So
and
let's
when they
go.
were doing this report, I wanted to, they were mentioning those that were in attendance in the FEC, so I was listening to see, to hear if the wife was there. But
Very
I'm sure
soon,
she
Shetima's
wasn't
wife
there.
will come in, and then perhaps the ministers will be coming with their daughters and their
No, it's not done. I
girlfriends.
think he's trying to, change things.
I think, well, if he start this way, no problem. If he is able to checkmate the son from his excesses.
Okay.
Then.
Now, this issue in Guardian, we have this issue of endless bickering over no work, no pay rule in varsities. You know, I think the federal government is still having issues with the ASU because during their period of strike, they were warned that if you don't come to work, you will not be paid. And government is trying to implement this. Do you think it's right?
No, it's not right.
Because what it means is that, we're talking about democracy, and many things that are happening now have shown that democracy is still, it's not actually, we've not bettered democracy really.
It's not
because
right, Ife.
Think about what happened to the NLC president. I was thinking, are we really in a democratic dispensation? And now this, the
kind of
lecturers
things
are
they won't
asking
even
the
see in
government to
military
pay them
regime, we're
for,
seeing it here.
they're supposed to be paid. If what it means is that, that strike is a tool that workers use to make government to, listen to their plights. And I don't think it's illegal for people to do that, as far as they did it the way it should be done.
That's intimidation. If
So that's,
in our local parlance, they say if you can't beat a child and then stop the child from crying. You beat a child and the child is crying. They say, if I hear pim, I will shoot you. But that's exactly what they're doing to the lecturers. They demanded for something, you didn't give it to them, and then they went aside and started crying. You must give it to us as our father, this and that, that is our right to have it. And you say, if I hear you cry, I will shoot you. That's exactly what he has done to them. If you go on strike, I won't give you what you are demanding. And if you go on strike, I will not pay you. And if you continue, I will sack you. What kind of thing is that?
Anyway, let's end it here. We have a lot of, interesting things. You can go to the next vendor's point and pick any of the papers and then read through, get the full details and information. I saw one here that actually got me interested, where it says, another governor bows to conscience, shuns ex-governor's monthly pension.
And which paper is that?
And that's in Guardian. So you just pick a copy of the Guardian and read
and
through.
Find out. And then from Tribune, the banner headline, then Wike opens up on Rivers crisis. I must succeed by all means. This is coming from the president, Tinubu. And then what else? I think we have seen the headlines of all the papers here. The Nation newspaper. Okay, perform or get sacked. President wants ministers.
Thank you.
That's all we have for you today.
Thanks for joining us, and we ask you to join us in our next program. We have 2 sessions to discuss, and first of all we'll have Chinwe Okoli, Special Advisor, SPAD on Innovation and Business Incubation, and she's going to talk about one of the innovative plans of the governor of Anambra State, and that's the Solution Innovation District. It's about to be launched, so let's get the details and then know how you're going to be a part of it. Register and earn, just like the other time that we had people who were on 1U2 skills. And what they
just got graduated the other day.
2.5 million, each of them got, about 5,000 of them. So you could be a part of it. Just join us and get the details. Yes, and then from there, we also go to preventing building and road failures in Anambra State. We have some engineers that will talk about, what government should do as their role, and then what we as citizens should do as our role. My name is Ifeolu Achukwu. Thanks a lot for joining us.
And my name is Sijama. God bless you.